Welcome to SC Custom Designs, where we're going to do our very first review. Really all about talking about this horizontal router table. I should probably get down a little bit lower so you can see who the heck is talking. Welcome to our shop, SC Custom Designs. Thank you, subscribers, for your positive comments and feedback, so on and so forth. We welcome the new subscribers. Please hit the channel, the thumbs up, subscribe, and those types of things. We would really appreciate it. So we're in 2020 and we hit the ground running. I purchased a lot of tools, even this guy here, at the very end of 2019. So let's talk about this guy. All right, he is MLCS, the company, Horizontal Flatbed Router Table is what this is. And this is the base model, but with an upgrade. So the base model, we're going to start talking about that. I'm just going to make sure you're seeing what I'm saying here. Actually, let me take you off, and I promise you I'm going to be go as slow as I possibly can, so you don't need your Dramamine today. So here it is. I'm very, very excited about this unit. All right, so it took me around 8 hours to put this guy together. I blame the instructions. The instructions for the unit, you could tell they were written by an engineer. Don't you love instructions written by an engineer? I hate them. So for whatever reason, perhaps to save money, who knows, and even the documentation is a bit not what I would expect these days. So it took me a long time to figure things out. Plus what I had to do was in buying the base model, I also bought several other modules. So it's a modular product. So this is the tilting table that you can just throw together and set on top of the unit. And this is a Mortiziing tenon unit that you can set. It's very impressive, by the way. I'm going to feel really, really safe when I put this guy on there and use him. So again, today's just all about what it took to put it together. It's pretty intuitive, but there are some gotchas. Let's get some of the complaints out of the way. I don't usually start a video complaining about a product, but I already complained about the instructions on assembly. So there was that, and the unit did come, I'm pretty sure it came used, because look at the damage here. I don't know if you can see it or not. Being a new unit, I don't expect that I'm going to get damaged equipment, and I will be talking again to MLCS, that company. So it's MLCS WOODWORKIng.com. All right, so there was damage all about, and but let's see, I paid around, I think, $380 maybe. Sorry, I just don't remember. So let's talk about the base unit. The base unit basically is what you're looking at here, except for when I come around the side. This is the upgrade part. Oh, look, even this is coming apart a little bit. So it is what it is. It's melamine, a very, very slippery, nice surface that you want to have when you're sliding your stock back and forth. It's got a very generous tabletop, I would say, and it's got these back fence here, add-ons on the side here. It has a dust port. That does come with the upgrade. If you are upgrading to it, they give you a template so you can cut this space out under here. But my side piece came with already the cutout, so there's that. Another part of the upgrade is this drawer. Now, when I first lifted up the drawer, it's like, it is really, really heavy. I'm like, what the heck, you know? So this is your dustboard construction, but the good news about that is that it helps to weigh down the unit. So that's important. They do recommend that you clamp it down when it's in operation. So another part of the upgrade is over here. This really, really soft, spongy foam, whatever you want to call it here. I don't remember, I basically put all my router bits in there, so you could see them all at a bird's eye view. So very, very nice. It receives 1/2 inch and 1/4 inch, and I still have room in there, so I got to buy some more bits, right? Another part, I apologize for the turning, I'll try to go slow, is the handle. Okay, so this handle is very, oh my, look at how it got really, really bright. The handle is very easy to turn. One complete revolution is going to raise and lower. Now I have the router way, way high because I just basically made another tweak to the unit. But one full turn is 1/64 of an inch. That's pretty cool. Now look at the advantage of the unit. It's a parallel, so your bits are coming this way. So once it's beneath the surface and raised where you're going to work with it, your router bit is never really going to touch your hands. Okay, again, it's a very generous surface top, so you can put really wide stock here and go for it. You can do a lot of operation here. Now I have the traditional router table, bench top. This is a bench dog. He is the vertical, and so he's really all the experience I have. And so I'm sure there's going to be advantages and disadvantages between the two, the pros and the cons. All right, but I just couldn't pass it up because I felt like I was going to be really, really safe. What I really like about this is that to get at my router, and poor me, I had to go out and buy another router. I picked up a Bosch unit. I think it was $189, and it has the micro adjustment. If he were to be mounted under my in the verticals position, I could take a key, put it in here, and basically adjust that. But with this design, you can come right back immediately and make your micro adjustments. So that's pretty cool, huh, my friends? And it's just right here, so I can get at everything really, really quickly. I really like that. This is another part of the upgrade, they call it, and that's this piece here. I intentionally have it down at the moment. The base unit doesn't come with this. This is going to basically allow you the dust to be shot off the back of the drawer and come out of this dust port here. You can hook it up. That being said, I turned the router on and there's an awful lot of air pushing up here, so I'm not really sure how effective that's going to be. Mind you, it's going to be a lot lower and that type of thing. So if it were turned the other way, I'm thinking that I might have more of a chance. We shall see. I'm not really too concerned about that. But look at this cord, by the way. This is the longest cord I've ever seen on a router. So really, really happy. We'll do a review on the router at another stage. So this is the guy that I picked up here. He's 2.25 horsepower, which is my concern was, I went around the woodshop and I had some extra routers, but they weren't going to deliver that type of power and that kind of flexibility. Your older routers aren't going to have this incremental adjustment. Okay, like my Porter cable, my D-handle Porter cable, you had to turn a T-crank, basically push it manually. So how do you adjust this guy? It's probably pretty obvious, but you loosen these guys here. There's 4 of them actually, 1, 2, and 2 under the base unit there, and then you simply just turn the handle and raise and lower the unit. Now I'll be here for about 5 minutes if I were to bring this all the ways down, but maybe I can fill it up with talking. So I'm going to give some other tips about installation. And one thing you want to be really, really careful is don't over tighten in this dust board. You just don't want to do that, my friends. Okay, so again, the upgrade is that handle. The handle that the original unit comes in is this guy here. So he's quite small. And so you go from that to this. Okay, so the whoopsies and the woes are that if you over tighten the screws, look what happens. It's just going to pull out this. This is the part that screws into the board. Okay, I don't think that would have happened if this were a harder wood, you know. But basically, so he wasn't sitting flush against the underside. I'm going to come slowly over here. Okay, he was actually raised. So you really want to be careful not to over tighten that. I should have known better, but I think I was just too excited about getting it put together. So that's one of the woes. Another thing is in the instructions, they're stating, and I actually emailed the company and I asked them. Oh, by the way, also this came scratched. I'm not going to send everything back because of all that. I guess I'm more forgiving. I'm like, it's scratched. I'll scratch it too. Whatever. So there you go. So in the instructions, they're like, oh, you need to make sure that this acrylic, okay, is flush. See, I'm using words I understand. They used other words with your side columns. And they said, if you need to bring it out, and I question, why are you saying that already? Why isn't it just coming together perfectly? It was manufactured with what? With problems? So there you go. Interesting enough, the bottom of the acrylic is actually flush. So what they ask you to do is either put tape in there, and you'll see my painter's tape, but there's a washer that I attached inside there, and that actually brought my acrylic somewhat flush. So definitely flush down here where I'm going to be pressing my material against it. That's really where it counts. But without those washers, it was inset a little bit. So naturally the feed, oh, by the way, you're going to feed the stock from left to right. So you got to get used to that. If you got those, sorry about that. Wow, why does my camera do that? Complete white out there. So, needless to say, I am really freaking stoked. Did I say freaking? I'm really, really stoked that for that price, I have this much functionality. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put you down, because I'm going to attempt to put on the Mortiziing tenon unit. Let's see here. That's better. I hope it doesn't mess up. I'll come back and check it out. All right, it's kind of tricky, but check this out, my friends. And by the way, I did my research. There's not a lot of videos out there with this unit. So there you go. Oh, we got a visitor here coming down. Just know that I'm doing a video. So let's try that again. Put that here. It's going to take me a while to get used to putting this unit on, I'm sure. It's hitting something, but I'm not sure what it's hitting. I'll probably have, this is the problem you have when you're doing things live. There we go. No, there we go. Okay. Sorry about that, folks. So let me just pull that a little bit that way. Make sure we're still in focus. And we are. So just imagine, if you would, that you're going to be able to take your stock and put it in here and move it in and out. In like so, and just moving it back and forth. Your hands are nowhere near the stock, near that router. Sorry, the router bit. And so, look how that works. Talk about flexibility, my friends. That is just really, really cool. And so, you got 4 of these clamps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 over there, and this would be for locking your stock in. And you know that when you do the part where you're on a vertical, you have to put your boards this way to hollow out the wood, okay, for the mortising tenons. Whereas with this one, you're simply going into the bit this way and then moving it look at the controlled fashion I can do that in. And again, I can't stress it enough, my hands are nowhere near that router bit. Okay, so there's for the straight in, and this is for the angled. Okay, and again, you got 4 of these that is going to hold down your stock. Okay, so you can lock the stock in place and then move the whole table around like this. So that's just really, really amazing in my mind. So let's take him off. And bring over the other module. This, really, really, really cool. This here is a tilting unit. So now I just took my router to a whole new other level. With my bench dog router, it goes up and down basically, and you use the fence for the stock, whatever. But I can't tilt my router. It's basically stationary. With this unit, and I haven't put it together yet, but essentially, and I put it backwards. Imagine the possibilities where you could take this unit, okay, put these on, and tilt it. You just took your creativity to another level and the possibilities. There were a few times when I thought, man, I wish I could tilt my router right now. And so what do? Tilt the piece, tilt the stock. Well, that means that you need a jig to hold it in that position and then pass it through the router. Well, this here tilts. And the router bit, so the router stays stationary. So there's my review. Again, so I got the base unit with the upgrade, which includes the handle, the drawer, the dust port. I think I covered it all. Then I got the additional Mortiziing tenon unit, which I kind of just high-level demo for you. Oh, by the way, also, so this handle came damaged. They didn't waste much time. They went ahead and shipped me another one. Okay, so I thought that was really nice. And you can go onto their website, and you can just, if they're there in the daytime, you can chat with them in real time, or just leave them a message. And I did leave them a message about some difficulty I was having with the instructions. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm really curious as to how many of my subscribers are using a parallel mounted router in its table versus the vertical, the traditional one. And what are the pros and what are the cons? How are you using yours? Again, I did some research, and I really didn't find many videos on this particular unit for this company. And so I thought, well, I was going to do a review and put it out there anyway. So in the future, you'll be seeing videos of me actually using this unit. And I can't wait to do that. I do have to make some crown molding for the living room. I got to finish the one on the porch as well. That's already made, but I have to make the molding, and I'll show you the bits that I purchased. And that would be these yellow ones here. So between these three, I'll be coming up with my molding. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So, all right. And if you've been following me for a while, you may or may not have noticed, maybe I didn't video over in that direction, but we did a little bit of a rearrangement. We have a new shelf here where I have most of the tools that I commonly use right behind me in the vicinity. So I had things that were strung here, there, and yonder. Now they're here for me. So, and you also may have noticed that I have more DeWalt tools. Look for those reviews. I'll be doing more of them. I am especially pleased with this DeWalt drill. The amount of control that I have when I'm actually using it is amazing. I'm so impressed. So there you go. I got 4 battery operated DeWalt tools now. So I'm very excited. All right, not to take away from this guy, let's go ahead and end the video. Again, please leave me your thoughts. Hopefully I'm not moving as much and causing you pain. I really want you to enjoy my videos. And so just forgive me. So the older videos are going to have a lot more moving in them. I noticed some of other quite famous woodworkers were doing the same thing when they first started out. So we're getting better. Thank you for coming into the shop. Again, we're just January. We're still in January of 2020. And we hit the ground running here at SC Custom Designs. Thanks. God bless. We're going to do our usual and new thing where we say goodbye in several languages. Tell me if you know what they are. Shalom uvracha, masalami, 再见, tot ziens, bye bye.